Welcome back to the 2010 Superbike Smackdown. Now let's find out who finished in the top 3. Finishing third, but coming in as the most expensive bike of the test, was Ducati's 1198S Corsa Special Edition. Looking every bit as trick as it performed, with its Öhlins forks, Terminioni exhaust, and World Superbike setup numbers, the Duck was right on pace from the get-go.
The first word that comes to my mind for the Ducati is expensive. It's probably the one bike out of this group that you do not want to huck and wad up, for sure.
They did come to the track with a little bit of a ringer. I know the bike comes with those pipes and all the Öhlins goodies and traction control, but it costs 25 grand, and that's double what the majority of the bikes cost here. So when you're reading or you're watching this comparison, that's definitely something you need to take in consideration.
The Ducati was an exhilarating bike the first couple laps. Just the overall way you ride a Ducati is a lot different, and it's easy to adjust to. It just took a little time to get comfortable with it, but the Ducati sound and power is like nothing else.
When you're riding that thing, you feel like you're Troy Bayliss, man, doing wheelies and just hauling, and like the engine's like making noise. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna win World Superbike, woo! It's just a really fun motorcycle to ride. When the suspension's set up, the chassis numbers are right, the thing carves the corner incredibly well. It's stable. The front end feel is phenomenal. Like, you can just dip the thing into a fast corner, just like throw it in, pitch it in, and the front tire just hooks up and goes. I mean, it's a really rewarding motorcycle to ride.
When it comes to fun factor on the racetrack, that thing is really hard to beat. I mean, the chassis is absolutely telepathically phenomenal. The front end gives you so much feedback, and that's just one of those bikes where you can just lean the bike over for days, more and more and more. I mean, it was a bike I was thoroughly impressed with, and I went second quickest on it.
Just nipping at the heels of the BMW was the Honda CBR 1000 RR. With always spot-on base setup, compact size, easy-to-use power, and nearly flawless handling, topping the CBR was no doubt a tall order, one which only the BMW could do. That said, for a 3-year-old machine, the CBR never ceases to amaze us.
There was no other bike out there as easy to go fast on as the Honda, period, cut, the end. Hopped on the thing for Super Pole, first lap out, quickest lap time of the test. Just the way it goes.
You don't need to do anything. You just hop on it and you just start going fast. And like all of a sudden you're like looking at your lap times, you're like, how did I even do that lap time? Well, you did it because you're on the Honda and it's just so easy to ride.
I was amazed with how easy it was to ride fast. Plain and simple. Didn't wear me out, didn't make me tired. On the brakes, getting it turned, trail braking in, effortless. And when you pick the throttle up out of corners, it is so planted. The chassis just doesn't do anything abrupt.
Honda was the most consistent bike all the way around. You know, from brakes to motor to chassis to suspension, everything just seemed to work well together.
Mid-range is incredible on the motorcycle. Top end's a lot better than years past. Still needs a little bit more compared to the other bikes, but still has some more guts up top. Brakes really phenomenal. Chassis excellent. Like, it's forgiving. It's everything you want a motorcycle to be. I mean, the CBR 1000 RR is damn near the perfect motorcycle.
It's almost like, to me, a platform motorcycle, meaning that you get on it sort of bone stock, and it's just this beautiful jumping off point for, in essence, any kind of 1000 that you want to build.
I do like a little bit of character, and maybe that's one of the things that the Honda lacks, but if that's what it lacks, well, then that's the only thing it lacks, because that's one hell of a motorcycle.
And you know, for some people that's actually a drawback, because they're like, well, where is the character? But to me, you know, as a consumer, that's what I want. You know, I'll give the thing character. I'll make it the motorcycle that I want it to be.
There's a new undisputed king of the superbike world, and it's BMW's S1000 RR. That utterly ripping motor combined with clever electronics made for an awesome motorcycle all the way across the board. So say hello to Moto USA's 2010 Superbike Smackdown champion.
BMW, where to start? What's not good about this bike? Nothing. It's just super sick. I mean, it's got the best technology out of all the bikes here. It's got the traction control and the different modes you could put it in, from rain, sport, race, and slick mode. It's just really advanced compared to all the other bikes. It's a BMW. I mean, how much cooler can it get?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Now this is a motorcycle. This thing, like, the amount of power it has is incredible, man. Like, you don't really feel it's that fast until you get the RPM zinging around like 11,000, 12,000. And that's when the top end kicks in, and like, it sounds like you're like driving an F1 car. It just hauls, man, and it just shoots you forward so fast.
The fact that the thing comes with a quick shifter is really neat to me. I'm a big fan of those, and it worked good. Had a little bit of problems with the forks, a little bit of chatter, but really that's my only really bone with it.
You know, you can set that thing on a map and damn near keep it full pinned almost to the stop. They claim to the stop around this racetrack, and it will not chuck you off. You know, the traction control kind of kicks in at certain degrees, and it's just a technologically impressive motorcycle, the BMW, absolutely.
The technology that you get out of that, the traction control, the adjustable ABS, a motor that makes 10 to 20 horsepower more than everything else here, a speed shifter. I mean, this thing is every racetrack guy's wet dream, all wrapped up into a package that costs barely more than the inline fours. How BMW is making any profit on this motorcycle, I have no idea. But honestly, I don't care, because I can go out and buy it, and the thing is absolutely unbelievable.
Well, that's it for this year's Superbike Smackdown. It was our biggest, baddest, and best to date, and hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. That's all for now, but we'll see you next time.